habits, including the ability to plan ahead and save money instead of wanting immediate gratification, are typically formed early in childhood. Get this. By age 7. Our next guests have made it their mission to help kids get financially fit. Joining us are moms and the co-founders and co-CEOs of Benjamin Talks, Carissa Jordan and Nikki Boulukos. Welcome to Bloom, ladies.
Hi, thank you so much for having us.
Thanks so much for having us. So Nikki and I first crossed paths 10 years ago on the trading floors of Goldman Sachs. Fast forward a decade later, we found ourselves living in the same New York City suburb, raising young kids. We have 6 kids between us. And we realized there's no blueprint to really talk to your kids about money. And there's still a lot of taboo out of that conversation. So really, we launched Benjamin Talks in November of 2020 to do just that, take the taboo out of money talk.
I'm blown away by the statistics that money habits form by the age of 7. So it must be incredibly important to teach your kids about money and at an early age.
Exactly. So the research shows that children as young as the age of 3 can develop and understand a relationship with value. And then, like you said, by 7, they can have a fully formed relationship with money. And a lot of that's predicated on the behavior of their caregivers or their parents. Yet 50% of parents are unwilling to talk to their children about money, and 2/3 of adults in America can't pass a financial literacy test. So to us, we really launched Benjamin Talks with the mission to make all kids financially fit and to start the conversations early and often.
I think it's so cool, the backstory that you guys met each other professionally. You're still working with each other professionally, and you know each other as mom. Why was it so important for the both of you, and you made it your mission to teach kids about finances?
Yeah, so that's a very good question. Financial literacy is just something that we're very passionate about. We grew up very differently, and money conversations were quite different. And we realized, again, there's no real blueprint to talk to your kids about money. And in the age where money kind of just zips through the internet or zips from a credit card into the store's account, it really, the idea of money is not as transparent for kids. So we really want to bring it back to the basics, back to the dinner table, have parents talk to their kids about money in a very easy, accessible, digestible way, and make it part of everyday life and not kind of this, opaque thought.
Do you have any tips for parents to jumpstart that conversation?
We do. So we like to break it down into 3 easy steps to kind of start those conversations. The first is to make money talk part of everyday conversation with you and your kids. So this can be as simple as narrating as you spend. You can be out at the pizza store, tapping your phone to pay for something, using your debit card. Turn to your kids and explain, mommy uses her debit card and money from our bank account zooms to the pizzeria's bank account. So start small and simple and really use these everyday money moments as a teaching experience.
Now, the second way is really to give allowance. And we view allowance as the best tool parents could use to really give their kids a good, strong financial foundation. Just how you can't learn how to play soccer without a soccer ball, we believe you can't really learn how to deal with money without really dealing with money. And allowance allows kids to do just that.
So I'm certainly no expert. This is why I'm excited to be talking to the both of you. But I wanted to ask about savings or checkings accounts. I opened them up for my kids as soon as they were old enough to have one. And I deposit money in there, and then they link to Amazon and they decide, I only have this much money. Do I want to spend it on this? Do I want to spend it on that? And their chores feed those bank accounts. What are your thoughts on that?
So having a checking account is definitely a fantastic thing. Part of the reason we started earlier in our demographic is because we feel like for younger children specifically, it's really important for them to interact with money to learn about it. So allowance, as opposed to being tied to specific chores, is actually a tool to teach children about money. And so we kind of separate into 3 different allocations. So we have a spend, save, and give section in our Benji Bank, which is our take on a piggy bank. And those dollars are all thought of differently. So spending dollars are for everyday expenses, such as a snack out of the vending machine. Saving dollars are really for a bigger ticketed item. Think, they're pining for a new pair of roller skates or a light up scooter. And then giving, which we think is super important to teach very early, is for maybe a charity that they're passionate about or a school fundraiser. And getting them in the mindset of giving from an early age is it's really core to our mission.
If the ship has sailed and there's been some, parenting that didn't involve talking, money matters, is it too late to ever start?
It's really never too late. Really, it's about starting the conversation. That is the first step. As long as you're willing to talk about money, that is a great start, and really talking about it in its most applicable way, in its most basic form. Money is used to buy things we want and things we need, to pay for goods and services. We use our money every day, and really just having those conversations early and often, you're already ahead of the game.
All right, ladies, thank you. This has been so helpful. I really appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you.
And for more information, you can visit benjamintalks.com. We'll be back with more Bloom right after this.